My name is Rocio Ledesma. I'm the CIS Site Coordinator for Dean Peterson Elementary School.
Mi nombre es Luis Francisco y va a la escuela Peterson.
I first met Luis. He has an amazing teacher. He's a fifth grader, Miss Kazir. She actually came up to me because when the school year started, she came and told me that there was a student she could not communicate with because of the language barrier. So he had just moved to the States probably like 2 weeks before school started. So she was at a loss, and so was he, because they could not communicate. So then after that is when she introduced me, and he was so shy, didn't want to talk to anybody, very quiet. And eventually he ended up coming out of his shell. But when I first met him, shy kid, everything was out of his comfort zone. It was a complete culture shock for him.
I don't know read and I don't understand.
So, I mean, new friends, trying to meet people, even down to lunch, it's different food. So he was everything was brand new to him.
Incómodo porque cuando ellos me decían algo, no sabía lo que me decían.
So what we first started doing, I would go into Miss Kazir's class. I would go in probably like twice a day. I would switch it up with reading and math. Then after that, we felt like he needed a little bit more and just one-on-one, because in the classroom, sometimes I felt like, everybody's looking, or he might feel a little uncomfortable. He is the new person there and trying to learn and not on the same page as everyone. So then we started doing tutoring in the mornings. So we would do twice a week in the mornings before school starts for half an hour. We would do reading, we would go over the alphabet, sounds, and then try and get him up to speed of trying to understand the meaning and comprehension of certain things. We also had a lot of help from his teacher. She is amazing. She labeled everything in the classroom. She would give him additional homework to take home, alphabets, learning all his basics. In the class, she had a lot of the students help her out with translating, helping him up doing some of the projects. So it was a group effort.
Puedo entender lo que me dicen y hacer un poquito de escribirlo y leerlo.
Now he can read. It's very exciting. He can definitely, we sit down, he's able to read the books. He has actually a younger sister who's in first grade, so he's able to also read to her. So it's really good to see that he's able to now read these books when before he couldn't even say one word. And now we have what is called an AR challenge, Accelerated Reader Challenge. And the teacher even told me he's on track to graduating one of his levels and moving up with reading.
Yo hoy me grabé the AR Challenge.
It's really good to see him that he's improving. He's able to speak a little bit more of the language, say a few words.
Hi, how are you? What are you doing? Hi, bye. Let's go play.
He is definitely getting there. You can totally see that he's now more comfortable with his friends. He's playing outside in recess. In class also, when I've stopped in, he seems like he's more comfortable in there doing the work. So it's been great to see his improvement. Speaking the language, he felt himself like he sounded funny or kind of weird. So now I think that he feels more comfortable. It's just that practice. So with Luis was one of my first students that I started off. So it's something very dear to me, just starting and helping him out and seeing him evolve, because he has definitely developed.
Pienso bien, me ha ayudado mucho a aprender un poquito de inglés.
So I completely seeing him getting on track with the rest of the students and really grasping the language. And I don't think he'll have problems academically once he really gets that down. So I don't see any problems with him. I think he's going to be great.
Seguir estudiando y graduarme.
My name is Mayra Pacheco, and I am a Communities in Schools Site Coordinator for Kit Carson International Academy.
Marcelino, Kit Carson, 3rd.
Marcelino, I met him on my first year, and his name was on a piece of paper, and it was a referral, and it was, please come see me, I need to talk to you about this student. So I went to the teacher, and she told me that he was having a rough time in class. He would get frustrated, and then he would refuse to do any work.
I came to meet Miss Myra when I first came here. I was excited, but sometimes the work was really hard, and then I got frustrated a lot.
My name is Shalina Ozuna. I am the mother of Marcelino Ozuna, which we call Mo at home. He's getting angry a lot and frustrated, and I was in the principal's office, I would say 3 to 4 times a month.
So when I first met with Marcelino, I quickly noticed that he is very bright. He's a very smart student, but he had started a magnet school, and magnet programs tend to be a little bit harder than the rest of the other schools. I also learned that he was struggling. There were some issues at home that were affecting him. When he started his day, he would start his day already a little bit rough.
He had his big brother just go away to college, so he was trying to adjust to that and going to a new school and meeting new friends, and so everything just kind of, on a first grader just piled up on him.
He was eager to learn. He would put all the things that we would, all the concepts, everything that we would explain to him, he would put it into practice.
I breathe, I take deep breaths.
Or today I got mad at my teacher, but instead of talking back, I sat down and I took some deep breaths.
I love community in schools. Just the communication that I have with Miss Myra and with Mo is tremendously helped our family. I love that they have the 3 square meals that helps us on the weekends be able to have, snacks that are a little bit harder to come by, and the kids can easily, grab the stuff. And when they do the giveaways once a month for the food, that helps us with, our grocery bills.
I think Marcelino always had a very positive attitude. He wanted to do good in school. He wanted to succeed. He just didn't know how. So for me, the progress was that he was able to understand what we told him that would help him, that he put in place the practices that we gave him for him to improve, and it was all him. He just decided to practice them and to improve his life, his school life, his life in general.
I think I might want to be a army person. They fight for our freedom.
Marcelino's future is bright. It's bright as the sun. I believe that he can accomplish anything he wants. He's dedicated. He has that power within himself.
My name is Jasmine Orr, and I work at Sedway Middle School.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Martin Ramirez, and I go to Sedway.
Jeanette was referred to Communities and Schools by our school dean because she was on probation and she had other behavior issues as well as needing community service hours. She had been on probation because of her tagging around the local community, which is graffiti writing on walls, and she had to complete 100 hours. She had 1 month to do so when she was referred to us, so it was a challenge.
I struggled in school. I didn't want to come to school. I didn't care about my grades. And when I met Miss Jasmine, she helped me a lot in that.
I contacted Jeanette's family to begin working with her, and then I reached out to her probation officer just to collaborate the services and let them know that I would be here on site at the school to be working with her. So any issues that arose, they could come to me and we could kind of facilitate with one another how we would address the probation as well as any behavior issues.
She would talk to me about stuff like school, why I should care.
She was truant a lot. Her academics suffered because she was an aging out student, or is an aging out student, and she didn't have any motivation to really put forth an effort to be promoted to the next grade. When I started working with Jeanette and we were able to get to the meat of the issues and I kind of had to chip away at the barriers that she was facing, she opened up and she honestly is doing tremendous things now.
Yes, it has changed in my whole life because my parents see the difference in me and people don't go talking about me, saying stuff. They say good things now about me.
Jeanette is a part of our Girls Empowerment Group, Diamonds in the Rough, and the program is geared towards individuals like Jeanette, young women that need that extra help outside of the school, where the school doesn't really encompass the issues that these teens are dealing with, such as self-worth, values, boundaries, self-esteem, and just really trying to penetrate who they are at the core and trying to get them to exceed outside of school and within school. This has had a great impact on Jeanette. She has been bringing her friends into the after-school program. She's been volunteering with them. So some of the same teens that she was getting into mischief with, they have turned around as well because, again, she is a leader and she's now incorporating them into positive activities. With her family, she is building a better bond and getting more closeness with them. And she's just become a great girl to be around now, so they're able to spend more quality time together. And in the school, the teachers have noticed her change and they see her efforts, so her grades are turning around, and she's also going to be released off of probation very soon.
Well, my feelings towards community school is that I'm so happy that I got to meet Ms. Jasmine because she has helped me more than ever. I have more confidence, more self-confidence in me, and I believe in other people could do it.
Jeanette, her future is looking very bright. She is going to be going on to high school, and I believe that she will attain the grades necessary to go on to college.
I see myself as a parole officer. I just want to help out other kids in the same situation I was in.
Just being a part of Communities in Schools and the Diamonds in the Rough program, she has now turned around to inspire and impact others. She's inspired me, and just to see that she is going to shine like the diamond that she is, I'm very hopeful for her future.
It actually does change in you, and you feel more confidence and more than ever, and you just feel really great about yourself.
Jeanette's family is very proud of this moment and receiving the Power Within recognition. They are tremendously proud of her, and they are happy that she is being acknowledged in this moment for her turnaround.
My name is Aaron Macias, and I am the site coordinator here at Valley High School for Communities in Schools.
My name is Johan, and I go to Valley High School. I was missing 8.5 credits. I was missing all my proficiencies. I was having a hard time starting off my senior year.
As I began talking to Johan, I realized that he was 8 credits deficient coming into his senior year. Now here at Valley High School, you earn 7 credits per year, which means that he was a whole year behind when he came in, plus a little more. So his situation was that he needed to make up these credits within this year in order to graduate.
I started night school, starting doing my missing credits. I was doing night school and making up credits at school by virtual lab.
Well, what we did is that Johan was already, he had a plan of going to night school and going and taking regular classes here. So he would be taking 7 classes here, which were from 7 to about 2:15. Then he would go home and then go to night school for about 4 to 8:30. So he had a full schedule on the whole day, but then he got home and he would have to do any kind of homework that he had for any classes for the next day, whether it was here at Valley or it was at night school. So he was staying up 12, 1 o'clock at night, having to do that homework.
Aaron found me some tutors from school campus, from Valley.
He came to me, he said, Aaron, he's like, I don't know, but I need some tutoring. And one of the funny things for me was that I was like, okay, Johan, breathe, let's figure this out. And what we did is that I reached out to a couple of instructors here at Valley, and one of them got back to me and said, hey, you know what, we can work, but let's look at his schedule. His schedule was already full. He was going 7 to 8:30 at night doing homework, and then weekends were full for him. So the only thing that I did tell Johan when we were looking at tutoring, I said, what are you willing to do in order for you to actually, get tutoring? And he said, whatever it takes. So what happened was that I spoke to the teacher. She said, you know what, this is an English teacher that was going to help him with reading and writing as the proficiencies were coming up. And she said 6:30 to 7 every morning. If he comes every morning, I'll be here early, and we'll work on it. And Johan, I spoke to Johan, he said, let's do it.
After graduation, I'm trying to work so I could raise money so I could go to college. I would like to study engineering and business and finance.
The first report card came out, and I remember I was like, you bring me that report card as soon as you get it, right? And so he came in the same day he got it. He came in and he was like, this is my report card, and he was happy because he passed all of his classes. Not only did he pass his classes here, but he also passed his classes at night school, which was awesome. Now he's taking all these courses, 7 courses here plus 4 courses at night school, which is 11 courses, and he's passing all of them. It was amazing because he hadn't done that in the past 3 years, and for him it was a huge change. With that being said, I just kept encouraging him and just kind of offering my support any way that I could, but the real work was done by him. And now I see him, and he comes to me anytime he has something that is maybe an obstacle towards his graduation, or even anything that he's doing at home. What he does is now he comes back with a plan, because that's what he's learned throughout this process. What he's learned is that there's ways of getting things done in order to be successful. And it's awesome to see Johan come in, and he's just kind of, okay, this is what's going on, but this is my plan. And now he has his own plan, and he just needs me to kind of give him that little extra push, or just the resources that he might not have on hand, which is awesome.
I would like to encourage people to focus more in schools, that there is always a second chance.